Hey, this is Johnny, and I just have an issue here. I wanted to quickly run by people. This is a box window, and this is just a quick reference I found on the internet. But box windows typically have the outside trim um, such that the window is, quote, inset into the trim. So you have a lot of times it can be a smooth cedar, it can be well, all sorts of materials, pine in the south. Anyhow, and so it's kind of a built up around all the perimeter of the box, and then the windows don't have any extra trim on them. Rather, you just place them in there with the frame. Anyhow, I'm trying to replicate that inside of Chief, and um, before I had used corner boards combined with material regions. Instead, I thought a cleaner way would be, in fact, just to have the excuse me. Okay, um, to create these walls in here that have a thicker exterior finish layer that represents the layer effect, which I'll have a 2D detail to explain. Um, and then I thought, well, then I'll go ahead and use material regions for these these inset areas because the material regions can cut through the outside layer. It's pretty handy actually. So I turned off these windows casings, and the side looks about how I want. In fact, I kind of would rather have that little indentation. But anyhow, the centers don't, and what I'm trying to figure out is why. From the floor plan, you can clearly see that the I don't even know what you want to call this area in the program, because what it does is kind of merges the windows together when they get so close. And what I thought it would do is carry the exterior wall detail out with no casings on it to a point that would be in line with the exterior finish wall layer. It appears in the floor plan that is working. So that looks right. But when you go to the elevations, it's not correct. In fact, I created I think I'm going to post this version issue because it's a little clearer to see. It's just isolated section. Okay. You can see here that it's not actually working in between those windows. So I don't know how to get it to work. Maybe there's a way to get it to work. The other thing I thought of was maybe go ahead and just put a material region over um, these center column posts, for lack of a better word. But that really shouldn't be that way. Ideally speaking, that this wall should come up and around each one of those windows because they're all individualized. Um, they're not mold. So anyhow, I didn't know if anybody had any suggestions on getting those windows to work correctly. Thanks a lot.